Well, g'day, ladies and gentlemen. It's game day. Preliminary final time in the Fuel to Go play Premiership. The Fremantle Roosters up against the Rockingham Sharks. Donnie Bell joined by Zach Spear. How you feeling, mate?
Very good, Donnie. Thank you very much. After that introduction, I am absolutely pumped to see who comes out of this victorious. Will it be Rockingham? Will it be Fremantle? Here come the Sharks. Crowd's alive. Let's go, Donnie.
The Sharks, they make their way out into the middle, but Captain Keelan Tudor-Edwards got a big job to do. The rain for now has cleared. Still got their breeze, which looks like it'll be at the back of the Fremantle Roosters in this first half. We've seen throughout the day, starting fast has been the key to going on with it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few points in this breeze, and I'm sure Fremantle will do their best to take advantage of that early, as we've seen in the earlier games. It's proved a point, and here come the Roosters. The crowd's up on their feet.
Well, listen to the home crowd as they welcome the Fremantle Roosters out onto their home deck. It's a home deck. Well, it's seen better times. It's had a lot of traffic on it in wet conditions. It's a little bit muddy and slow through the middle. So even though the sun has poked it through, it's not going to be the easiest conditions to start. Tom Murphy tries to kick a ball off. And once again, not happy with the first ball we've been given.
Going to be a real battle up the middle. You can see both teams starting to chirp at each other early already. Things are starting getting heavy out here between the forward packs. Rockingham Sharks coming out. Who's going to take that first hit up? Who wants it?
Yeah, absolutely. You see the two front rowers. They're back in the school, ready to launch off the school fence. Sam Perra, Ben Bolt.
There's a bit of ball going on here. Are you happy with it?
Are you happy with that one?
Oh,
yep.
Here we go.
Prelim final 2024. Fire up. Here we go. Goes down. Tudor slips over. This is away from Perra. Perra do well just to get back in the play. Well, there's a start.
Great attack there from Fremantle. Bit shaky. Rock Sharks with Murphy. Drill it out from their own half. Met hard and fast by Fremantle once again.
Both teams trying to set the tone early as Bolt. Delane Edwards in his face. Holds him up, holds him backwards. 3 and shift.
Yeah, well, Murphy's as he gets his third.
As you see that hole, take it up around the Butler. Roll it in behind. That's Perra.
Leg stuck ball.
Field position.
Points off the back of all this possession early.
Well, The Roosters, their first tackle, will be 40 out from the Sharks line. Goes to Kerr. Kerr to Taumia. Taumia put down onto his back. Wells Talamavao to dummy half. Out the back to Kerr. Kerr, short ball to Parkinson. Takes on the fullback. Gets to the balls out of the tackle. Gets it into the corner. Try to the Roosters.
Calling for a movement here, but I think Logan Barclay was just a little slow to the chase. What a try.
Yeah, certainly the Sharks claiming a double move, but I think he actually broke through the tackle, and when he was on, no one was touching him, which meant he's entitled to make that second.
Absolutely. I thought it was interesting. He's just gone straight through, scored the try. A lot of work to do after he got through the gap, Donny.
Well, a great start for the Fremantle Roosters. We've seen it all day. The team seems to be up, that has the breeze in that first half, has been able to use it to their advantage and get out to an early lead. And the Roosters, well, they've done that here early. Can the Sharks respond?
Kemp's having a good look at this one. He will have the breeze. Noted. Pretty genuine goal kicker.
Moves in. Swinging. Oh! Well, that's what you try and do at training for money, isn't it? No money for that one today, though.
The Sharks will be hissing down that end, trying to keep Fremantle down. Like you were saying, Donny, it's a tough ask with this breeze. Even if they put pressure on the set, a good kick will get you down.
We see this kickoff goes up into the breeze. Delane Edwards was charging forward to try and get to it on the full.
Wreaking havoc.
Certainly very difficult. You wouldn't want to be playing in the back three today. Every kick's going to be difficult to handle. Now the Roosters with Wilson Wiley. They jam plenty of numbers there. McIntyre makes the tackle. Goes back to Kemp from inside the 40. Gets underneath it. Barclay's tracking it. Doesn't get the kindest of bounces. The second one was better. And then he beats the chasers. Logan Barclay steps back in field. Looked to go to Goodwin. Now he's got to find the grass. Well, that's a good kick return from Barclay.
Absolutely. He's had a great season. He just shows again why he's one of the premier fullbacks. Same Logan Barclay.
Flat pass there from Tudor Edwards to Kurt Damien. Now Leader. A late inclusion in this side. Tommy Leader.
Handled well. Fremantle. The Sharks that get firing.
Go out to White. They've got to be on him. One of the best hole running edge forwards in the competition. And Murphy to Tudor Edwards. The back to Barclay to Goodwin. Goodwin goes right to the line. Looks to step inside Kerr. Kerr slides across and handles it well. Now Tudor Edwards. He's going to put it up high. Tough one to take. It's backwards off hands. Still a chance here for Bolt. Bolt, he's going to put boot to ball. And Kemp grabs it on the full. Well, I don't know if he had a kicking licence to begin with. I think they was kicking without a licence.
Yeah, the coach won't be happy with that one. He didn't have much of a choice being the last tackle, but Benny Bolt gets it on shoe. And the Rockingham Sharks are really putting the pressure on Fremantle here.
Well, there's a good carry.
Big Reggie Manu, another great inclusion into the side. Comes with a wealth of experience. As Cooper Sanders runs it up. Takes a good hit up. Get Fremantle out of their 30.
Taga Kakabau takes the tough carry. 4. Now the last play goes back to Kemp. They shoot one across to Tatoa Parkinson. Gets it out wider. Jeremiah Phillips, it's still the last. He puts a kick through. He's plenty on it.
Much curry on that one. Well, the idea was right. The execution was poor.
Well, he's played a bit in the halves. You know, he's not foreign to put in a kick through, but he seemed to absolutely thump that one.
I think he's surprised that hole just opened up too. Edwards seemed to overshoot the cover defence. Jeremiah Phillips just saw the light, threw it on the shoe, and was a little bit too far. Same kicking school as Benny Bolt.
Yeah, front rower and a winger put a kick in to start this game. We're going to have a fun one today. It's Tudor Edwards. Looked outside. Decides to take the higher percentage play. Says Rattal works him over. Murphy, dummy twice before taking the tackle above. Gill out a dummy half. Had Pera. Wasted him. Now they go to Tudor Edwards for the kick. Again, puts it up high. Kemp perched underneath it, takes it comfortably. And met by McIntyre.
There's a no-nonsense set there from Rockingham. As you can see, the Fremantle Roosters really dominating that ruck. They've got Dwayne Butler through the middle, just really controlling it. He's got the voice. He was involved in every tackle on that set, keeping them at bay.
Now the Roosters, they work it out of their end. Through Taga Kakabau, plays it back to Wells Talamovo. Short ball to Sanders. This is the kind of game that we're in for. It's the kick from dummy half from Wells Talamovo. Gets a good piece of it. Peter seems content to watch that one dribble into touch.
Would have been just outside the 40 there, I believe, yes.
So will be a play the ball for Rockingham. I think he would have shown a little bit more urgency. You'd hope so if it was inside the 40. But he takes a run out of dummy half. But well, both teams, it feels like they're getting into this wrestle now after an exciting opening. It's been a lot through that middle third in the last couple of sets.
Yeah, absolutely. A bit of a wild, but they're starting to settle in now.
Amiand isolated out on this wing. Look, you could throw a hanky over pretty much all the Rockingham Sharks. Oh, and a forward pass from dummy half.
Late call there from the sheet. And the fresh man on the park, number 16.
Kalepi Louis just out there.
Copped a forward pass on his first involvement.
It's like they were looking to use Sam Pera in short bursts. He's come off.
Scrums up that way, boys. There we go.
Murphy trying to pinch an extra couple of metres for his team, but referee having it. Goes to Kemp. Kemp, show, go. White doesn't fall for the show and go. Enjoys the contact. Taga Kakabau. Pass back to Wells Talamovo. No extra territory from that second phase. Now Butler. Wilson Wiley put down. Got numbers in around the ball. Playing tight. Goes out to Kerr. Kerr to Tatoa Parkinson. And Jeremiah Phillips puts it down. Well, they've had some success on that left side.
Yeah, they really have. They created that extra man there again. It was a bit of a rush pass there from Tatoa Parkinson, and Jeremiah Phillips just couldn't quite nab it. But they've done a great job through the middle there. They're fast on that outside edge, Fremantle.
Certainly are. Well, caught that one standing still. Both. You really want to wind up and get in. You're out to White. A lot of Boston Smith early in this half. He gets his hands on the ball there. Now to Pera. Coming back towards the middle. Goes to Tudor Edwards, who had the arm free. McIntyre was flashing through. He looks to reload, but they go to Louis. Spins around and finds his front. Gilchrist dummy half. Two to Edwards. Puts boot ball. And that one will trickle over the sideline as well. It's an interesting tactical battle, this.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the kicking game's not really coming into play for the Rockingham Sharks, as you can see from that breeze. But they're really mussing up in defence. This is a great game, Donny.
It is. Both teams seem like they're trying to control the pace of the game. They want this game played at their speed. You see a good first involvement there from Marcel Loader. Fresh onto the park. So they've changed both their middles, trying to keep them fresh.
Both teams very disciplined, Donny, on defence.
Little stab from, that one is from inside the 40. He was very purposeful there, Edwards, in trying to stay inside the 40, but didn't quite have the angle. Now Pera. Damien, he stops as he gets to the line. Talmia and Butler drive him backwards. Punish him for it. Goodwin. Heavy contact. Now to McIntyre. Beats Edwards, but Talmia makes the tackle down low. Two to Edwards again, look to the blind side, but goes open for a run himself.
They've got a real hit of steam here, the Rockingham Sharks.
It's been a great set so far. They need a good finish to it as Smith goes a short ball to White. He tries to get the ball back in. Knocked on there by Louis. Was there one before that from the Roosters? We'll see which way he points.
Loose carry, I can hear from the referee's comments. Hand over, Fremantle ball. Well, that was a great set from the Rockingham Sharks. They showed some great courage and some great runs through the middle, really up in the tempo and the ruck speed, Donny.
Absolutely right. Now the Roosters, they have to bring it out of their own end. They lead this one 4 points to 0 on the Cash Converters scoreboard. It's an early try, but there's neither team's really had an opportunity since. Wilson Wiley hits that one right on the ad line. Gets twisted around by Louis and gives him a stare. Now they go out to Sanders. Leaders up a long way off his wing to make that tackle and shut that down. It means there would be some space out wider. That one might be one Fremantle put in the memory bank for later. Tackle 5. Take a cuck about a dummy half. Goes to Edwards. He looks to step past the marker. Then puts a kick down into the corner. Kurt de Amiens. He brings it back towards the middle. Runs into Wilson Wiley, who's swinging arm right across the chest, though.
Inside the 10.
I think he's saying that they didn't get off in time, so I think that was up. That's a crowd penalty just about. They were baying for a penalty, and they get one. Loader loses the ball in contact. And they'll hand that over. Be a Fremantle loose head and feed.
Yeah, well, not the result Rockingham were looking for there. They were lucky to get the penalty. Very disappointing. Fremantle go back on the attack.
Well, Rockingham, you felt like they were starting to get some sort of ascendancy, starting to win that arm wrestle battle, and then Fremantle, they just go over the top and put themselves back into a great position with Kemp breaking through tackles at will. He's put down just 10 metres out from the line. Wells Talamaveo waiting for instructions. Goes to Kerr. Kerr underneath the Wiley. Put down 20 in from touch. A flop down from Louis. They get the penalty. Ready to take the tap, and here they go. Wilson Wiley has another carry, and again Kalepi Louis comes up looking for a shot. The ball's come free. Does it come out? Lost in the ruck. Well, we talk about the home crowd, but the visitors are making some noise too, Zach.
Well, that's a great battle between Wiley and Louis there. You can see they both chirping at each other, having a crack. The buses try to go up for it, and looks like 1-0 to Louis.
Oh, it's a really enthralling battle. Rockingham well and truly staying in the fight. They're trailing 4 points to 0. It goes out to Pera, Sula Pera. Because Sam playing today as well, but he's on the bench. It's Marcel Loda trying to make up for his error that put his team under pressure. Now to Tudor Edwards, out to Louis. And again, we've got heavy contact. That time Ezra Talmia comes up and goes whack. McIntyre says, give me a turn.
Wow.
This looks like fun.
It's getting personal.
Murphy, dummies on the outside to Loader. And on 5, he's put down. Goes back to Tudor Edwards. Just rakes that one across field.
Wow.
The bounce. Leader gets a boot to it. Kemp seems to have it covered and does. He'll beat the chaser Leader. And again, those kicks, even though they're shallow, there's no depth to them, they're landing in dangerous positions, and anything can happen from there.
Yeah, well, the Fremantle back three really haven't adjusted to this win. They're dropping right back to the goal line, and it's coming in short and almost bouncing back like a boomerang.
Looks like Alan Cowan's out there into dummy half for that play. Wilson Wiley goes over the top of McIntyre. McIntyre just trying to get himself back to the defensive line. Now Penaha out onto the field. His first carry. Now again a kick from inside the 40 from Kemp. Damiand well positioned. Takes it on the full. Brings it back. Breaks through the tackle of Cowan, but put down by Butler. Barclay out of dummy half. He runs at Sonny Kerr.
Some great ones, Logan Barclay. He's really biting down.
Daniel Goodwin. He takes him up beyond the halfway line. Now Murphy. Peter Worth's out there. He's just come onto the field, his first run. Gilchrist goes out the back to Tudor Edwards. Face pass out to Damiand. Jeremiah Phillips had that cover away though.
Great tackle, Jeremiah Phillips. Well done.
So now on 5. That one just comes off the instep. Taken by Edwards. Well, not much of a kick that time from Tudor Edwards. He much on it at all.
Penna's coming straight up the middle there.
Imagine him coming off the bench as he's starting to get tired. Tucker comes on.
Pass.
Well, on Cowan.
Cowan looks like he's gone into dummy half role.
He's found a way of keeping himself in the 7. Penaha gets the pass to Butler.
Todd Murphy.
What a tackle from Murphy. Now they go to Edwards. Edwards looking to roll it in behind. Leader gets down low, cops some knees on the way through from the big rig. And they're going to say goal line dropout. Well, that was a brave bit of play from Tommy Leader.
Yeah, absolutely. A great set from Fremantle there. They really started to get a roll on. A couple of big runs from Tucker Penaha and a neat little dab in by Delane Edwards. To see this dropout, Donnie, they're going deep or
I don't think they can.
Intentionally going short.
There's no choice but to go short.
It's wobbly.
Well, that could go anywhere. Coming forward, Fremantle knock it on with Sanders. And the Sharks come up with the ball. That'll be 0 tackle. So they get a result from the short kickoff. Loader They've loaded up on him. Wilson Wiley putting a shot on. It's 2 to Edwards. Bounces away from 2, 3. Doesn't make any extra territory, but that does get the penalty.
Yeah, Rockingham's key members with the Barclay, 2 to Edwards and Murphy, doing a great job here today for them. They're really standing up, putting their hands up, and the rest of the teams need to follow.
Well, the Sharks fine touch. 17 minutes left in this first half. First play should be up around the halfway line. McIntyre put down by Taumia and Wilson Wiley. Andrew Jeffries out on the park. Look for him to scheme. Again, poking his head through there, Brendan White. Can't get the pass around the corner. Does well to hold onto it. Now Smith. Smith goes to Barclay. Barclay trips over as he gets to the line. There's a Sharks player down. It is Boston Smith that got hit last.
The Sharks are coming.
Murphy setting something up. Ready to fire a shot. Let's do it.
Tell me.
Murphy goes.
There's no.
Get up the other end as Riggs has the first carry from the scrum win. Worth gets up with good first contact along with McIntyre. On to Tyler Parkinson. They're slowing things down. Frustrating Fremantle. Worth again holding on as long as he's allowed. Short ball from Butler to Pennar. Gethin Thomas out there as well for the Roosters. That pass at the head of Kemp tries to ad-lib and create something. Right to Manu. Manu. And that one goes into touch. A little conversation there between Sir LaPera and Nick Riggs.
Yeah, well, some poor service out of dummy half. Alan Cowan just created that extra moment for Poulter Kemp. They tried to make something on the outside. They almost did. Big Reggie threw some experience out there, but just quite couldn't get the pass off to Nick Riggs.
Yeah, sometimes that can happen when things don't go according to plan. The ball hits the deck when it's not supposed to, and everyone stops, and it can create opportunities. Fremantle almost made something of that. Cowan will want to sharpen up that service, particularly late out. They need that good service from dummy half to get a good kick at the end of it. It's Murphy. Loader!
Oh, Loader. Well, he's had a shocker there.
Well, that's his second error. Since he's come off the bench. So now the Roosters. Well, it's not exactly perfect field position, particularly in these conditions. They're going to be forced to work for it. And again, it goes to Riggs. Makes a hard carry. One off the ruck from the scrum win. Cowan to dummy half. Goes to Edwards. Edwards, they're offside and a penalty. Well, now's a big chance.
Now they want to convert that into points. Delane Edwards has been quiet. He'll really want to try and involve himself in this set. The big G train. Gethin Thomas gets a go off the bench.
Hyundai gets neutral out here as well. Trying to get going. The Roosters right on the attack. To Toa Parkinson. Goes towards the middle. Kerr just tips it on to Butler. And that's a pure settler. Now Kerr sweeps around to this right-hand side. Goes to Edwards. Tips it out to Manu. That's knocked down by Rockingham. Should be 6 more.
It is.
And is. So now they go the short side again. Oh, tipped into an awkward position there. And is going to be a penalty.
He was quick to say sorry to tuck a penalty there, and I don't blame him.
Well, Surlapera is going to be called out. I'd imagine be put on report here.
Feel a bit of momentum. The Rockingham Sharks had some good ball and some good chances up the end of the field, but now the Fremantle Roosters are coming in hot.
Well, it's player put on report in a preliminary final. If Rockingham win, that becomes a story.
They've gone the 2 option.
That's not a gimme.
No.
That's in these conditions. That's not an easy kick at goal.
Interesting.
And that's well, if I'm the Rockingham Sharks, I'm taking that as a massive compliment.
Yeah, that's a big decision made there to take the 2. Breeze in the back. They'd want some more points heading into half time. I'm not the coach.
Kemp taking his time. Because his first one hit the crossbar. If he does that again, it's going to be live. This time, though, raises the flags, and it's 6-0 on the Cash Converter scoreboard.
Sort of opportunities out of those skewed kicks.
And Zach McIntyre was about 2 steps in front of that kickoff, and that is a cardinal sin.
An early tap. Tomo Tierney. He's off to the races. He's getting a call from the touchy. He's lost it.
Well, the referee was obscured, so he was waiting for a call from his touch judge.
Wow.
And he gets the assistance. He had the touch judge did have the Rockingham crowd direct on him. Do you think that was an influence?
Might have helped, but probably not the quick tap wouldn't have been the option the coach would have wanted. With the breeze they've got behind them, it would have been a kick down to the 20, and from what we've seen early, would have been points for Fremantle.
Well, Rockingham not punished for being offside from the kickoff. Murphy. Good strong carry into Talmia. And Butler. Andrew Jeffrey dummied on the outside, goes himself. Just another play you've got to keep an eye on. Tudor Edwards out of dummy half, goes to Worth. Worth out the back to Smith. Smith had no real option out wide. So just brings it back in towards the middle. Jeffrey go. Oh, the pass from Jeffrey to Worth was well handled by the Sharks veteran. Jeffrey. To Edwards. Goes to Barclay. Barclay dummies, goes chopped down low in a great tackle from...
Great tackle, Sonny Kerr.
So they hand it over. Fremantle hold on. Jeremiah Phillips
Well, I think
comes in for a carry.
Run meters will be in the negative, Don. Every time he's taken a hit up out that penny, he's been driven back at least 5 metres.
We've got 7.5 left on the clock here at Treeby in the opening 40. It's been an enthralling game so far. There's not too much that separates them. The Roosters with a big breeze at their back. And again, they go to Edwards. Tries to put a little kick in. Knocked on by the Sharks. So this will be 6 more tackles for the Roosters. Edwards gets it out wider to Toa Parkinson. Stands in the tackle. Can't get the pass in field. Thomas runs into Worth. Cowan goes to Kemp. Now Penahart. He's held up. So Roosters working their way into an attacking position. Tierney. He looks to step through. Taken ground by Smith. They come back towards the middle, out the back of Kemp. And there's going to be a penalty tackle on Dwayne Butler. Was after he passed the ball, hit late. McIntyre's not happy with the decision. Actually, it's Smith that's in there complaining about the call. And I think might be arguing that the same thing happened to him down the other end of the field.
Yeah, he would have a case to plead, that's for sure. And Murphy goes on report for that late shot. You see Butler still on his haunches.
They point to the posts again. Looking to go up in 2s. So looking to make this an 8-point ball game. This is old school finals footy. Take the 2 every time they're on offer.
Do you feel 8 points is enough, Donny?
With this breeze, I feel it's more, like I think you said in the first game, in the Westpac Women's Premiership game, it was a 12-point breeze. So no, on that advice, that expert analysis from yourself, 8 points is 4 points not enough.
There you go. We will find out. It's been a great battle up the middle. Taumea and Dwayne Butler mountain defensively through the middle. I don't know how those blokes are still out there.
Kemp raises the flags again. And Fremantle lead 8 points to 0 on the cash converted scoreboard.
We sense maybe frustration starting to creep into the Rockingham Sharks. I mean, they've had chances. They've got the wind and soon-to-be rain howling through into their faces.
Do you think Zach McIntyre stays onside from this kickoff?
I think he'll be about 3 metres onside.
He is the deepest player on this side of the field.
Oh, that's a pass, boys. Well done.
Here comes Thomas. Runs into Murphy. Loses the headgear.
It's a shot big enough to lose your headgear. Wowzers.
Love it. Now Edwards throws a dangerous pass. It hits deck. Wow. Serla Pera gets bent over awkwardly. So now a chance for Rockingham. It's White. Takes that forward. Just getting towards the middle of the field. Perth. Plenty of time left. Goes to Tudor Edwards. Goes across field to McIntyre. Almia. And Penaha make the tackle. Free to Murphy. Dummies on the outside. Solidly. Every bit of it. Andrew Jeff goes to Tudor Edwards.
Well, not.
They tested out the Fremantle Roosters defence there. It was one step, couple of broken tackles, carries a couple over the line, gets the ball to the grass. And how key is that? A try in the last 3 minutes of the half with the breeze that you in the second half.
Yeah, that's a play off the back of fast play the ball from Tom Murphy. He had his teeth in the back of his jaw by Tucker Penaha. Still managed to get up. Insanely fast play the ball. To the edge, and he just did the rest.
Bit of a little bit of an overread, I think, from too quick, and he got beat with the footwork. Put some pressure on those inside men who weren't up to it. And he's got a chance now to convert his own try and make this a 2-point ball game. So he moves in, knocks it over, raises the flags, and 1 minute left in the opening half. It is 8 points to 6 to Fremantle on the cash converted scoreboard. Well, Fremantle coming up to the halfway line. Final 30 seconds. It's threatening to rain once more. And that kick, it's tapped back infield. Oh. And they'll be tackled in goal. Well, I don't know that we'll have...
19 seconds, that might be all she wrote for this half.
Do we have a final twist? It looks like they're happy to take all the time they can off the clock. And that is it. So don't have time for the goal line dropout. That's all she wrote in the opening 40. I thought maybe they might get the ball back and have the field goal attempt the way this that first half had gone, but we weren't to get that put into the script. But what an opening 40, Zach.
Yeah, absolutely. What a battle. It's everything we hoped for. Rockingham Sharks started fast. Fremantle got one back, and then the Sharks scored late in that first half to really bring it back to only 2 points.
Well, again, we go to the sheds with Rockingham leading by 2. But I feel like Rockingham's in front.
Yeah.
Do you have that same feeling?
Yeah, absolutely, especially late in the piece there. Fremantle had plenty of chances. A couple of options there, short on the edge to Lane Edwards with the wrong pass, and really win behind the back. They really could have played some field possession, but look, wasn't to be. They've got another 40 to go, and we're going to see how this one plays out.
Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait for the second 40. Fantastic first half. It is 8 points to 6. The Fremantle Roosters leading the Rockingham Sharks. We've got 40 minutes to find which one of these teams is going through to meet North Beach in a grand final. See you in about 10 minutes. Gentlemen, and welcome back to Treeby Community and Sports Centre for the second half of the Fuel to Go and Play Premiership preliminary final. The rains come in the half-time break. Does that suit either of these teams, Zach?
Yeah, look, the Rockingham Sharks are going to make the most of it. They were the ones that looked the best towards the back end of that first half. So,
the Sharks to kick. To the side. The lights are on. The sun, well, we've barely seen it. Stick 40 minutes. Game. Forward, taking it. Out, no touch from Rockingham, hand over.
Oh, another one of those kicks just wreaking havoc on the defensive side, but a good energetic set there from Fremantle. Good start to the second half.
Absolutely. I tell you what, I do love being this close to the action right on the sideline, but without the elevation, you don't see everything, particularly when it's on that side. It's hard to pick up exactly what's going on, but leader. He rides through that first contact from Taumia. Well, Andrew Jeffrey with an uncharacteristically poor pass there. Just lost the grip on it as he was trying to pass. Now Smith turns that underneath to White. Put down. Now they go to Smith, who'll kick from inside the 40. That's a nice kick, but well-positioned Kemp. Gives it on to Riggs. He brings it back in, Andrew Jeffrey. Murphy, again, just stays on the tackle as long as he can. Referee's been fairly consistent in allowing that to go, though, Zach.
Yeah, he has done a fantastic job of slowing that ruck down. Every time he's got on the player, he's stayed on him, and hasn't been called as yet, so I'm sure he'll continue to do so, take as many leads as he can.
Now Tierney bounces away from Jeffrey. He does get wrestled down to the ground by as Edwards goes out wide. Leader, he bounces off Manu. There was a shoulder charge from Leader. He comes off second best and by the penalty. Well, there was no effort to wrap, so a fair penalty, you'd have to say.
Yeah, fair penalty. I guess when you've got a freight train coming at you, you're going to just try to throw the body in front and stop him. And unfortunately, he's given the penalty away. So Fremantle look to capitalize on this.
A great chance for them to extend their halftime lead. Panaha runs at Jeffrey. Plays it back now to Wills Talamavayo. Wilson Wiley to Kemp to Kerr. To Toa Parkinson. Goodwin stays, does well. Met him body on body. Stops him in his tracks. The Roosters come back towards the middle. Loader in the tackle. Again, they go out to Kemp to Edwards. Dummies to the underneath runner. Holds it up for Manu. Manu towards the line, and to Lapera with the try saver. So both Sharks centres coming up with great tackles. Tierney, stop, go. Put down by Smith on 5. Wells, tell him around a dummy half of the line. Oh, loses it. Well, there were celebrations from both teams and a bit of push and shove at the end of that. As tensions are building.
Rockingham Sharks defence line stand up. That goal line defence was absolutely phenomenal there. Fremantle threw everything they had at them, and they still managed to bounce them back.
Absolutely. Quite often you'll see a team with a poor attacking set on the line, and you say, well, that was good defence, I guess. But that Fremantle threw everything. There's not another team in the comp that I think everyone else would have cracked.
Yeah. Left to right, they went from left to right to back again to stop to start. Rockingham Sharks hold on.
Now they get the 7 tackle set to work it out of their own end. Andrew Jeffrey, that dummy half goes to Pera. Pera back out onto the field. Only had a short stint with his first stint. He'll look to have a big impact now that he's come back on. Jeffrey goes from dummy half. He dummies to Pera. He again loses the grip on the ball. Picked up Delane. Edwards bounces away from Leader. Leader again trying to drop the shoulder.
Yeah, well, Leader seems to have forgotten his arms this half.
The ball's come out. The touch judge trying to communicate with the referee. There's a problem with comms, but the rule is that it's just a drop ball.
Fremantle not happy with that decision. Look, there were no arms. I don't think it really had much bearing. It was more of a chest-on-chest tackle, if you like.
Yeah, that one wasn't as much a shoulder charge as the first one. Not exactly a copybook technique from Leader, but...
well, he's got a job done and a result for his team off the back end of it.
He did. It's many ways to skin a cat, as they say.
It's Rockingham's first chance with ball here, so it'll be interesting to see how they go about it and will they come up with some points.
Well, Fremantle has certainly come out of the sheds well, but there's a great run. Barclay pulling through tackles. Down. Now to Edwards. Dummies to a couple of runners. Now goes to White. Looks to use that right foot. Good tackle from Tierney. To Edwards. Everything kind of stops a little bit there. Sloppy play the ball. Sloppy work at the ruck, and then a second effort in the tackle. And do we have the 2 points to lock this one up?
I think they will.
It was very quick. A lot of the Sharks players straight away pointing to the post.
They really had Fremantle on the ropes there.
Well, they did, and it had to have crossed their mind to keep the pressure on.
Bit of ill discipline creeping in towards the Fremantle team there, probably off the back of a bit of frustration. Edwards looking to level it up at 8 apiece. And you think this would be a bit of a gimme, this one? It'd be a throw over.
He shouldn't have too many dramas with this, you wouldn't think. Does knock it. Commentator couldn't talk him out of it. And here we are, locked up in a preliminary final, 8-all. Back where we started, plenty of time left on the clock, of course. But you get the feeling this is just going to be close throughout. Normally it's a tee that they're looking for. This time they're looking for the football. They've got one. Kemp will get us underway. He'll try and get underneath this and give it some air because it'll blow back towards them. He's done exactly that. And taken nicely by Smith. He gets it on to both. He's fresh out onto the field as well. So both starting front rowers now out there.
Penhard.
Both have stayed down.
Oh. There's a head clash. Penhard's bleeding too.
Well, he stayed down for a while there, Benny Bolt. He's not happy about something that's gone on in the tackle, but as you said, it's a head clash, completely accidental. And he's staying on the field, so we'll play the ball. Now Pera. Wells Talamaveo trying to break free of the clutches of Sam Pera there. Now Murphy. He'll play it back to Jeffrey. Works down the skinny side. And almost coming out the other side there. McIntyre. Good run. Now to Murphy. Everyone was a bit too deep. So he just takes it himself. Pass comes back to Tudor Edwards. He's going to put it up. Chasing through. White's going to compete. He gets up, knocked backwards by Riggs. Riggs has done brilliantly well.
That was a good end to the set there. Great take by Nick Riggs. They're really starting to muscle up. Things are starting to get heated through the middle there for both sides.
You can feel the tension starting to fray. This could boil over at any moment. Edwards has the arms free. Murphy had to tow a Parkinson covered. Well, he's a real clean-up merchant, isn't he?
Really is.
Now Wells Talamaveo goes to Wilson Wiley. He gets it out the back. Now the pass wide. The Roosters with a chance coming back field. Happy to use the ball. Now they come to the middle. Kemp. Spiral bomb. Leader puts it down. Picked up. Tierney will score. Swan dive. Well, a bit of chat out there as well. Tommy Leader puts it down. Tierney jogging on the spot. Steps through a couple of tackles and goes over to score the first try of this second half.
Reggie Martin's happy to let him know about.
Absolutely, and there's certainly a bit of chat. Delane Edwards having a word with the referee. Ben Bolt sort of came through the middle and was bumping shoulders with every Roosters player he could find. Trying to assert his dominance somehow. Hands. Front.
But
from Kemp was an absolute nightmare. I said it at the top of the show, and I wouldn't want to be the three today because it's going to be a difficult day for them. That's the first major error we've really seen in the back three, though, which is a testament to them. Kemp knocks it over. And it's 14 points to 8 on the Cash Converter scoreboard. It's the Sharks. Kick off and get us back underway. Kick deep down to Edwards. Edwards takes it on the fly, and he brings it back towards Perth, up against the sideline. Does well to find the grass and stay in. Now Riggs. Riggs almost goes through, but again it's Murphy there to make the tackle. He just ran around Sam Perra. Now Tierney. Looks to use that big right foot step.
Oh, yes. Well, there wasn't so much of a strip. He had hands all over the ball and he was twisted in an awkward position. I think he was lucky to get that one there.
Well, I think Boston Smith, he's claiming that he actually dropped off the tackle before the strip. I think the referee's call, though, is that it was after the tackle was completed. So he'd already called held. So another chance for the Roosters. We know what Fremantle can do. They can score a lot of points very quickly. Rockingham, this is a big defensive set. Tagakakabau, he takes that forward, put down hard by Murphy. Now Wilson Wiley out to Kerr. Kerr, show, go, dummies. The ball comes out. And the Roosters have still got it. Now Kemp. Kemp driven sideways and backwards. Plenty of Sharks there. Means there's got to be some room somewhere else. Goes to Kerr. Thomas. He's put down on 5. They go to Kemp. Kemp, short ball. Ball hits the deck. Again, the referee's asking for a call from his touch judge. Knock on against Rockingham.
It must have been a bat down. I couldn't quite see from this far.
Well, 100% got to go with the touch judge. He's a lot closer than we are. My eyes starting to adjust to the fading light, and the artificial light's taking hold of the night. But another big set. Rockingham holding their line. Tierney runs at Smith, who makes the tackle. He does well. Edwards. Tagakakabau spinning towards the line. 1, 2, 3. Sharks there. They've ripped that one free. And a penalty to Fremantle.
Well, you saw Delane Edwards put the 2 up. I'm not sure if they're going to take it. A little bit far out maybe for Polder Kemp.
Well, it's crossed their mind, but they tap and go. Tierney. He's had his tail up. Gets his legs taken from under him there. Fighting to his feet. A little bit of push. Kemp. Goes out to Kerr. Kerr to Talmia. He's chopped down. Now they come back to the middle. Wilson Wiley. Towards the try line. Right up against the post. Wrapping around, Wells Talamavao gets the pass. Tierney looking for a double. Sharks come from everywhere, and more desperation defence from Rockingham. So Wells Talamavao goes to Kemp. Kemp takes on Smith. Sir Lapera comes in and shuts it down. Tackle 5. Jimanu to dummy half. He goes to Tierney. Tierney roll it in behind. This should be 6 again, and Will goes to Edwards. Delane Edwards. He looks to get away from McIntyre. He's put down by Sam Perra.
Lucky result. Fremantle not much doing. Tierney takes it upon himself, but they've got the 6. What can they do?
Wilson Wiley. Again, back towards the posts.
You're going to have to crack soon, Rockingham.
Well, you'd think it's only a matter of time. Where's Junior going? Onasimo Tagakakabau just went backwards to the 10-metre line, tried to play the ball too quickly, and the Rockingham Sharks, there will be back-slapping galore as they hold on.
Well, he held and paused and was looking for that quick play the ball, try and get a reset for his side. God, that was a shocker, Donny.
Well, it wasn't quite the slick Roosters we're used to seeing. The conditions are difficult. 14-8, the Roosters lead on the cash converted scoreboard.
I think the Sharks halves will look for an early kick here. There's nobody home as the breeze has just come back again, and a 40-20 is an option on.
That pass from dummy half, I mean, we don't have the best angle, but it looked very flat. No call from the judge on that side. Now the hard carry from McIntyre as the wingers now dropping back. I think the earlier kick might have been the option, but now they look to go the shift. Smith, well, there's great contact. That bit of tunnel ball there from the Sharks. The pass comes out. They're going to call a knock on.
It was a great read by Delane Edwards there. He just shot out of the line. Took the time away and the wind out of the sails. Rockingham squander another chance.
You're right. Rockingham, they keep gifting the Roosters chances. They hand the ball over, good field position again, and Fremantle will come again. They don't often need too many invitations before they bash through your front door. They've got a 6-point lead already. They'd love to extend that. It's Thomas. It's running tight to the ruck. And the Sharks get plenty of numbers up to put the herd on.
G-Train.
Now Kemp goes out to Edwards. Edwards looking to skip towards the line. He's rolled over in a good tackle from He's fresh back out of the park. Tagakau now. Have a better play the ball than his last one. Tack 5. Well, survey dummy half. They go to Edwards. Roll it in behind. Logan Barclay gets it and gets the ball, but tackled in goal. I think he might have taken out one of his own players there as well.
I think so. A bit of friendly fire there from Logan Barclay. Looks like the Sharks are man down.
Yeah. Imagine that's the winger. Tommy Leader, that's been bowled over by a flying Logan Barclay.
Well, that could be the end of his day. He doesn't look too well.
Well, he was up for a minute and then sat back down again, so that's not great signs for the young fella. And not going to be never an easy adjustment if you do have a winger go down. And Fremantle have got the advantage of having Alan Cowan on their bench if they lost a winger, but Rockingham.
I could throw Tom Murphy, and he seems to have done everything else today. I don't see why he couldn't have a go on the sting.
Well, you'd think Peter Worth would be there, Mr. Fix-It.
Speak of the devil.
He is the man that's up on his feet, looking like he's about to come on.
Well, a good breather and a bit of a settler here for both sides. It was a pretty chaotic last 15 minutes.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it is actually a very important breather for Rockingham. They've had a lot of defence in the last few minutes, and this is giving them a chance to get some air into the lungs. Not that I'm claiming gamesmanship for a second. Tommy's in a bad way. So So he gets over the dead ball line and Worth will come on. You'd think Worth will probably go into the centres and maybe Sir LaPera will shift out to the wing. Although it looks like Peter Worth's going closer to the middle. And Daniel Goodwin coming over onto this wing. That one's towards the sideline and puts a foot into touch there, Tin. He did brilliantly well to get to it, but then the last step, he couldn't stop himself from touching the sideline.
Well, you can't be mad at that. 10 plus for effort on that one from Tamahe Tierney. Just wasn't quite able to stay in the field of play. Rockingham get the ball back. Another chance squandered from Fremantle.
Well, Rockingham, they're trailing this one 14 points to 8 on the cash converter scoreboard. It's Murphy. He goes across field, put down, gets up, plays the ball quickly. Gilchrist gets out of dummy half. Hits his edge forward in McIntyre on that right-hand side. Now Tudor Edwards going across underneath the loader. Tudor Edwards again. Goes to Smith. Smith to Barclay. Good tackle down low from Edwards. But again, it's a quick play of the ball. Gilchrist takes a long time to get it to Smith. Now it goes out to Tudor Edwards. Tipped on quickly in the middle of the park with Louis. He stands up and can't get the offload, and that's a handover at the end of that set.
It was a good defensive set there from Fremantle. McIntyre will be having nightmares tell me in the weeks to come.
Absolutely
will. He's just been in his face every line he's run.
Felt like it was a little bit lateral from Rockingham, though. Went side to side too much. It weren't as direct as they would have liked to be. Tierney gets knocked over by Sir LaPera. Puts a good shot on.
He's lost it.
And he's lost it, trying to play the ball quickly. Didn't allow time for them to clear the ruck.
Yet again, another mistake from Fremantle early in the tackle count. Just need to calm down a little bit to get through a set and get to the end of the other end of the field.
I love rugby league. I just watched Marcel Loader run 20 metres to go and pick up his mouthguard from the dirt. Didn't even wipe it off before he put it into his mouth. It's a beautiful game. First tackle, he's lost it. And the call does come.
Oh, frustration creeping.
Well, the ball handling of both teams in the last 2 or 3 minutes has been a concern. You think the first team to hold on to it might go a long way to going on with this. Got about 15 and a half minutes left on the clock. As Edwards from the scrum win goes beyond the halfway. There's lots of tension out there. So Roosters take that forward. And that's Penahar, who with his head strapped up after that head clash with Ben Bolth earlier. Cowan back out into dummy half. Kemp to Sanders, fresh onto the field. Through the white contact. So Louis just reeled out of that one. Wilson Wiley on 5. Kemp to the left, and that's where they go. Goes to the line, stabs that one in towards the in-goal area. That's Worth that gets back and cleans it up. But he's dragged back into the in-goal. That'll be a goal line dropout. Well, that's a clever little kick from Kemp.
Yeah, that was a good result there for Fremantle. Just as good as points, but as we've seen earlier, Tudor Edwards has got the knack with these dropouts. This could go anywhere. Rockingham could get the ball back.
Well, they'll be hard up against the sideline. Looking for another corkscrew, perhaps. Goes long. It's going to hit the ground and bounce over everyone's head. Well, as soon as that was struck, every Fremantle Roosters player said, catch it on the fall.
And nobody did.
Nobody did. Nobody wanted to. No one wanted to come forward and knock it on. And instead, they let it bounce and goes into touch.
Well, another twist and turn in this game.
We've got a few more to go in this last 15.
Wow.
Look, nothing in the tank, nothing to chance. The Rockingham Sharks break from the base of the scrum. White's put down. Now Loader tries to push through the middle. Murphy, dummied on the outside, goes himself. It's been a little bit more direct this set so far. So they look to earn the right. McIntyre gets hit there. Tudor Edwards lines up to the right-hand side. That's who they go to. The pass wasn't the best, though, from Gilchrist. He comes back towards the middle for Smith. Smith, he dabs one in behind. Goodwin is chasing through. Coming through is White. White gets to the ball first and knocks it on. He got to the ball first, but couldn't get the ball to the ground. Knocks it on in the in goal, and they come out to the 20. 7 tackle set. It's Jeremiah Phillips. Good carry. He's up to the 40 metre on 0 tackle as Riggs caught around the shoulder. Ball's come free.
Oh, no. He let his leg's broken, I think, Donnie.
Well, he did fall very awkwardly.
He's just threw the ball back and said, no, I'm not having any more of this.
Well, that's be a terrible blow for Nick Riggs. He's in a lot of pain. We might have a bit of a lengthy stoppage here. Well, certainly some cries that the tackle was high, but it was up over just over the shoulder, that sort of seatbelt type tackle from Brendan White.
I think he was just caught in an unlucky position there. The legs swinging on round. It wasn't a hip drop, but very unfortunate for Nick Riggs this late in the piece as the stretcher comes out.
Well, we saw it in with one of the earlier games, the Val Murphy Trophy game, with Alkimos booking a spot in the grand final, but one of their players limping from the field and unlikely to play next week, and it might be the same fate that will befall Nick Riggs. Doesn't at this stage look like Nick Riggs will be able to take place. So we hope that he's okay. And this is all indeed precautionary. But the way that he hit the deck, the way that he threw the ball away, and we see a lot of people making their way out onto the park. As they look to stretcher him from the field. You never like to see this, Zach.
No, absolutely not, Donnie. It's not the way, not what you want to see, and not the way a player wants to go out in a preliminary final, but I'm sure precautions will be taken and Nick Riggs will get the care he's required.
You'll get a respectful clap as he does come from the field here. What does this do for your teammates? Does this suck the air out of the lungs, or is it something that lifts and inspires you? How do they respond to this, the Roosters?
Yeah, well, they look like they're getting excited. They'll be trying to G each other up. He's been good today, Nick Riggs, coming out of the back. He's been really good. He's made some great meters, so I'm sure the Rockingham Sharks will use this as motivation as well. We're in for a tight contest here as we head towards the last 11 minutes of this game.
Well, it's anybody's ball game. It's up for grabs. It's 14-8. It's a 6-point ball game. We might still have extras yet, mate.
I think so. Wasn't that long ago, Rockingham pipped a field goal in a prelim final against Freo down at Ken Allen from memory.
I do recall that. That was a fun one. Austin Smith to feed the scrum. Two to Edwards. Out to Pera. Sula Pera. And there's that customary body contact we've been used to throughout the entire 80 minutes so far. Sam Pera. He's put down 40 metres out. Quick play the ball. Gilchrist out of dummy half. It's hard to believe both markers were square.
Very lucky there, Delane Edwards.
Now Smith. The pass hits the deck. Picked up by Tierney. Tierney busts through one tackle. Tries to skip out of another. Can't get away. The Roosters come up with the ball. It's Wilson Wiley. Yep. Roosters just on the other side of halfway. And now straight through goes Delane Edwards. He gets to the fullback. Logan Barclay, what a tackle. It ain't over yet, though. The Roosters, they play, it goes to Kemp. Kemp, big B, slices through. Paora Kemp scores. Wow. And the Fremantle Roosters go a step closer to a grand final berth.
Well, the Rockingham Sharks caught in there. Great tackle by Logan Barclay to contain Delane Edwards. But it's that fancy footwork older Kemp once again, slicing the Rockingham Sharks. And another 4 points on the board, Donnie.
Well, that is a huge moment in this game. Extends that lead beyond a converted try. For the Fremantle Roosters, points have been hard to come by. They have been at a premium all night. Do the Rockingham Sharks have any catch-up football in them?
Yeah, well, they're going to have to dig deep and find something. Boulder Kemp will look to sail this goal over. Some no-nonsense football. They've had their chances, Rockingham, and I'm sure they'll have chances again. They just need to make the most of them.
Yeah, they haven't played the best of second halves, the Sharks. They've come up with too many errors. They haven't really been able to use that breeze at their back. They haven't controlled the territory like they perhaps should have. And now they find themselves in a hole. Kemp taking as much time off the clock as he can. 9 minutes remaining. Is it 9 minutes left in the Sharks season? That one out to the right, stays to the right. But it's 18-8. The Roosters lead the Sharks on the Cash Converter scoreboard.
Well, I can't imagine we're going to see a conventional kickoff here. From what we've seen from the goal line dropouts, Tuta Edwards is going to have something up his sleeve. The Rockingham Sharks need to stay on side. They look excited.
And rakes it towards the sideline, but they get a friendlier bounce this time. Push him towards the sideline. Manu, he's in trouble. He's out. Well, the Sharks got there in numbers, held him up. They could have taken him over the sideline on the second field.
He asked the question, who's the outside back that was going to dance with the devil in the sideline today? And there you go, Reggie Manu, first cab off the rank.
I didn't have the experienced Reggie Manu on my bingo card. Oh! Dropped backwards.
Oh, he's lost it. Well, chances. I've been saying it all night, Donnie, and there I go again.
Well, they just blow a golden opportunity after they've conceded points. That was a chance for them to get back in this game, and they've blown it on tackle one. Now Edwards busted them open last time he ran the ball. He's again trying to struggle forward. The ball comes free, and he's ruled to have lost it.
Wow. Well, I think he's got a case to plead there, Delane Edwards. There seemed to be a bit of a raking action, but no touchies. So here we go. Another chance.
The touchy looked like he was trying to say something, but the referee's had trouble hearing the touch judges all day. So I'm not sure whether he was trying to give that call or not. But the Sharks have got it. They kick it on first play. Barclay's chasing through. Kemp again seems to have it covered. They take it over the dead ball line. Jeremiah Phillips is going to run up the stairs. He's taken the ball and he's going home.
Well, football, that's what it does to you, Donnie. It makes you take those chances. And with six and a half minutes to go, the Rockingham Sharks really need points.
Well, they should get the ball back. They go straight down the middle to the Roosters. It bounces around dangerously. He's picked up by Barclay, who looks up, looking for some sort of chance, but there was nothing there. Just takes the tackle. Now Loader. Plays the ball, comes to Smith. Smith, dummies, goes. Trying to find one off his shoulder. Can't get the pass around the corner. Takes the tackle. Gilchrist. He goes back towards the middle with Sam Perra. Put down centre field. 5 metres out from the Roosters line. They go to Murphy. Murphy to Tudor Edwards. He'll be hard to stop. We know he's hard to stop from close range. They get underneath the ball and stop him just short. The pass to Smith. Smith rolls one in behind. Kemp gets across and will be tackled in goal. Another set coming.
Well, no, good set there by Rockingham. They threatened. But Polder Kemp coming up with a magic play, sweeping around the back. Fremantle to hold them out there.
Well, we've praised the Rockingham Sharks defence. Was every bit as good from the Fremantle Roosters right there. Because the Sharks threw plenty at them. And the Roosters kept their line intact. Come forward to take that one on his knees. There, Barclay, before handing it off to Sam Perra. Now Murphy. That's Loader.
Rockingham looking dangerous.
Now Smith. Smith holds in 2 hands. Dummies, and then takes the tackle. Chris to dummy half. They go the short side with White. White dummies as well. He struggles towards the line, not far away. They go from dummy half.
Short.
Short again. Tackle 5.
Stacked on the short side.
Gilchrist goes to Smith. Smith to Two. Tips out on volleyball style. Murphy. Forward. Pass was forward. Hand over. The Fremantle Roosters hold on.
Well, they really came apart there, the Rockingham Sharks. The two halves got involved, but the passes just weren't quite there. Fremantle hold on.
Well, 18 points to 8 on the Cash Converter scoreboard. Everybody keeps coming to have a look at the clock. There's 3.5 to go. You're getting towards miracle territory now for the Rockingham Sharks. Fremantle just take the run out of dummy half. They want to take the air out of the ball.
Time off. He's claiming a crusher. Unfortunately, we don't have the benefit of, of the bunker air down here at the moment, although a bunker would be nice to get out of these elements.
Edwards ready now to play the ball. Takakakabau up towards the 40-metre line. The Sharks, they're going to keep fighting to the end. Wells Talamaveo, he goes out of dummy half, up over the halfway line, good run. Nice little kick there, diving forward and taking it just there. I think that's McIntyre on that far side. Kurt Amiand with the run there. Goes to Smith, and again, the line speed of Fremantle on the outside has shut down anything Boston Smith has tried to do. He has so often had to go back the other way or take the tackle himself.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Their defence through the middle and that edge has been fantastic tonight, Donnie.
Murphy to load up. It doesn't look like they've got too many trick shots left in the kit bag. And on cue, here comes the rain. Goes back out to Tudor Edwards. Fires a long looping pass to Surlapera. Surlapera over the shoulder to Brendan White. On the bounce to Goodwin. Goodwin can't keep it in. The pass was called forward anyway. Well, that was Nelly, the trick shot that they needed. But just that last pass doesn't hit the mark. And it looks like the Fremantle Roosters will get a rematch of last year's grand final against the North Beach Sea Eagles.
Well, that was a fantastic passage of play by Rockingham. They have tried and tried and tried. And now here come Freo.
Well, they'll just look to get through this set. Sanders gets a little bit of a hospital pass from Delane Edwards. Jammed. Pair up. Now Edwards. He's fighting right to the end. Put down by Louis and pair up. Now Wilson Wiley. The contact at the 80th minute is still first class. Wells Talamaveo just drills one towards the sideline. We've got 30 seconds left. The Fremantle Roosters, they are going to get home in the preliminary final. They lead 18 points to 8. They led 8-6 at half time, and they've been the better team in this second 40.
Yeah, absolutely, Donnie. Their defence today was absolutely unbelievable. I don't know if it's because we're at ground level, but some of those hits today were just phenomenal. So you put it down to Fremantle's defence just beating the Rockingham Sharks into submission.
There's the full-time siren in the background. And the Roosters, they're going to the dance. Well, a fantastic performance from the over the Rockingham Sharks. Tries the 4 attempt. Nicola Parkinson got one early and Tamaho Chin. The only try for the Rockingham side was given to Edwards. They battled on bravely. When the Sharks scored just before half time, Drew Keelan to Edwards and went to the sheds only down by 2. The big breeze at this. Thought there was every chance that Rockingham were going to be able to come back into the game, but too many errors. Luke David, Wells Talamavo.
Up there. See it?
Back a bit. Yeah, mate, congratulations into a grand final. How does it feel?
Yeah, unreal. We were on a bit of a slide there, but we backed ourselves all through our training in the last few weeks, and we knew these blokes would be tough as nails, and they just wouldn't go away, and yeah, just happy to get it done.
Yeah, standing on the sideline, looked like there was a lot of really heavy contact out there. Looked like a really physical game. How sore are you going to be tomorrow?
Yeah, it was a tough game, eh? These boys always bring it, especially in the middle. They got such a good pack and big pack, led by Tom there, and we knew we had to today, and we got the job done, but that's not it, so we'll go again.
Absolutely. Looking forward to next week. I mean, obviously you played North Beach last week. What have you got to adjust and change to get the better of them next week?
Last game was a bit disappointing. We didn't really take our chances. So we'll just get back to training again, maybe again this week, and man, we'll be ready to go.
Right, mate, go and get yourself in a nice bar, celebrate the win, and good luck for next week.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Well, there you have it, Zach. I mean, a fantastic win from the Fremantle Roosters. Again, let's go the early tip. Who have you got? Fremantle up against North Beach. They lost to North Beach just last week. Is it going to be a repeat, or is it going to be revenge?
Yeah, I think it depends on how well Fremantle prep this week, mate. There's going to be some sore bodies after today's game. No doubt. I'm sure they'll prep well. And look, I can't call it. I'll just be excited to be there and see who comes out victorious.
Can't wait for it next week. Dorrien Gardens, all the grand finals. And it'll be capped off with the fuel to go and play Premiership between the Fremantle Roosters and the North Beach Sea Eagles. Can't wait. See you then.